Kazakhstan is emerging market with a lot of potential. Business Angel School. Our mission is to nurture the next generation of professional business angels.
45% of the volume of the money invested in startups came from business angels.
Second fund is 30 million. You can actually follow some more professional angels.
These people already know how to do fundraising.
I know that this person is persistent.
A lot on raising money rather than building the business.
These companies are not venture stories. After looking at 200 pitches,
ego-driven investors, there are numbers-driven investors, mission-driven or purpose-driven.
Intuition can come, you can feel it, you can see it, product market fit.
Welcome to Let's Go Deep. My name is Molly Abdoli, and today I am interviewing again Alim Khamitov. And today we are talking more about investments, about founders, because Alim is one of the first VC fund founders and one of the first creators of incubators in Kazakhstan. And I think this is the right person to talk about investors archetype, giving tips for startup founders about fundraising and all these things. So stay with us.
Hi, Molly. Glad to be here again.
If you haven't seen our first video where we talked about ecosystem of startup in Kazakhstan, you are welcome to go there and have a look. And should we talk about VC ecosystem on this video? Yeah,
that's my favorite subject.
That's great. So you have two funds now. How big are the funds?
Yeah, so we, as a part of our ecosystem, what we call MOST ecosystem, we have early stage fund, which is 5 million. And we invest from there on a pre-seed and seed stage of startups with an average check between 100K up to 200K. By the way, we are sector agnostic. So as of now, we have 25 plus companies already invested. And second fund is 30 million, where we invest from the late seed up to Series A stage companies. And the check might be up to 1 million. But these two funds are connected by one mission. We truly believe in our founders from Central Eurasia, wherever they are. But if they build a global IT company, we're ready to be one of the first supporters.
Great. So just to check with the statistics, there are 19 VC funds in Kazakhstan.
19?
19,
okay.
Yes. 547 active VCs in the UK and 3,417 VCs in the US. So is it hard to be one of the first VC founders?
It's really hard somehow, but I think for us, as a part of the mission, that's what we do every day. Somehow I think we're not so specific in terms of explaining people and when people understand what it means to be a business angel. But business angel is about investing in startups, in IT companies. It requires a little bit different mindsets. And for us, it's kind of normal situation when we are post-Soviet Union country. Yes, mostly people are targeted on, kind of things that they can touch as manufacturing, production, and other things. The world is changing, so Kazakhstan now on the technology map. And in order to boost the growth, of course, we need more capital. And we actually work with business angels, but I wouldn't say that most of them are professional. When I say professional, it means that they are actually systematically and in the right way approaching the building of their investment portfolio, where startups is part of it. For the most time, it's not still there. They know about it. They would love to be invest in IT companies, but they don't know how to reach it. So Kazakhstan is emerging market, Central Asia is emerging market with a lot of potential, but in terms of capital, it just takes more time to explain to people what it is. But people there.
There are certain types of archetypes for investors. So there are ego-driven investors, there are numbers-driven investors, mission-driven or purpose-driven. So what type of investors are you?
Good question. Actually, it's a combination. For the most time, people think that it's only about ROI. return of investment. It's all about numbers, which is fully fine. It's not a charity thing, right? So the numbers, they are driven by this, of course. The second one, what I like, it's not like it's a priority kind of list, but one of the things that I observe now, people are somehow mission driven too. So what it means, they have capital, they're millionaires, oligarchs, but they would love to give something back to the country, to the home country, to the society, or sometimes just for their children, let's say. And that's why they say, okay, it's good to know what is IRR and other things, but they usually ask, okay, can I be a smart investor? Can I be active investor? I don't want to be just passive, just give you the money for management. This is one thing. Or what I like now, some people just come to me when we talk about investment, they say, my children has grown up. They are in IT, they are in startups. And I would love to have something in common in terms of subject to discuss. And when my kids tell me about the startups, I would love to be also part of it. So this is also over there. And lastly, by the way, I see the trend in Central Asia that family offices, the real family offices are already there. Like before, people just invest in as they know. And
real
suddenly,
estate, capital market.
It can be real estate, it can be public market and other instruments, but I wouldn't say it's more probable they will fail, but they're not so satisfied with what is happening. So that's why they're building the family office, they're funding the fund manager, they're actually starting to work with what is outsourced kind of professionals. And our venture funds can be one of them for them. And yeah, I like that people now comprehend the whole thing, that this is how it should be done. Okay, like before it was, we know what to do and we'd love to invest somewhere on the West. That's it, which is fully fine. It should be diversified. But my explanation usually when I have the meetings with potential investor, LP or business angel, the discussion is not usually less than 2 hours, where more than 60%, 70% of the time just explain
what is VC
fund, what is VC in general, what is startup. And after that, at some point, we understand each other, what will be the reason for him to consider this as a investment.
Yes, but still, I think 45% of the volume of the money invested in startups came from business angels.
Yeah, in terms of numbers, I would say yes, but in terms of amount of the money, I think venture funds will outbid them pretty soon. Again, we know that I think it's more than 3 trillion Tenge. Let's check what is in USD, but it's on the deposits. Just laying on the deposits, okay?
Yeah, because it's high, like 10, 15%.
You mean the interest rate?
Interest rate, yes.
Now it's 13, 15, yeah. But again, we're not saying that people should take this, let's say, money from deposits. Deposits is fine. I mean, it's pretty kind of secure and obvious thing. But it's so again about financial literacy and specifically about investment literacy. What I say, if you have some free cash, we know that we should allocate it somewhere so the money will work, right?
Yeah.
They shouldn't be there just on one account. But that's what we see. It's still there, and we also try to reach, this. I don't know, the banks, and also with we talked to Kazakhstan Stock Exchange with AIX. It's a stock exchange on AIFC at Astana International Financial Center. When we talk to them by saying, okay, let's try to explain these people that there's other ways to to earn the money. So in general. People are like to diversify, but for the most time it's more obvious things, not so less risky, maybe like public markets, buying the gold, one more apartment they have, or even to invest in some more traditional business, which is fine. But what we usually say to angels, and it's a worldwide rule, like 5-10% might go into more risky investment. So,
but it's not only in Kazakhstan, in the
it's
UK,
everywhere.
yes, in
everywhere.
In the US, everywhere, yes. It's just but I know you have UMAI, Yes, and the Investors Club, where you like educate people about angel investing.
Yeah, we have our own business Angels Club. Now it's going through rebranding. It is well known as actually. You said UMAI. I usually say UMAI.
Oh, really?
Actually, it's about UMAI. Yes, it's a woman god who's grown up the
Kazakhstan.
children. In our case, we are growing up the startups. But I get a kind of not a joke, but still, you may win, you may lose, whatever happens in venture. But it's in every business, in every investment. It's not only about startups. That's why I usually say UMAI Angels Club. But now it's going through rebranding. It will be called MOST Club. Since people know most companies. So, but the whole idea is what I say, our mission is to nurture the next generation of professional business angels. As I said before, people have interest in investing in IT. They don't know where to start. So we invite them to come to our club, where we have more than 112 people now. I think it's the last number that I remember was with the club. And actually, all of these people, for some reason, they want to invest in startups. But, they come to us, and in order to make kind of a smooth entry into this field, we do a lot of events, like business breakfast and other things. We do podcasts also. In our case, we also do what is called Business Angel School. It's usually a small group of people who, after they learn, the basics, what I usually say, it's only about learn by doing. So we invite them to be part of the club, plus or to co-invest, just to co-invest with us.
What is the main thing you think the angel investor has to have in order to be successful?
Angel investor, it depends. But in general, I usually say curiosity.
Intuition?
Intuition comes. Intuition can come from after some time. Like I usually say, after looking at 200 pitches or listening to 200, at least, just like rough number, you're gonna feel something, how to understand people. Since a business angel is the guy who, the person who actually invests his own money from his pocket. And the idea is to usually invest in early stages, right? Where the startup usually just a few traction, few sales, just a small team. So it's a more of choosing the people. That's why I usually say it's kind of a coach approach in order to feel people. But still, in terms of just to be successful, I think it's not obvious, but curiosity is one of them. Since you cannot just come from your traditional mindset by saying, okay, what is your revenue? Okay, and how much dividend I will get in general? What is the valuation of your company? For the startup, for the most time, it's not obvious, right? This is a startup, and you should be open-minded. Okay, curiosity plus, I would say, risk appetite. For each person is different. Let's say I can be easy to forget about 100K. I can invest 10K by 10 startups. Some of them will fail, some of them will succeed, and one of them usually succeeds so much that it will return you the money and actually show you some IRR later as a portfolio, as a portfolio approach. And for the most time, people don't understand this, but in terms of risk appetite, it's like, I give you the money for 5, at least 7 years, I should forget it, and just maybe more support the company to succeed. But generally, we know that it's not about the startup, like 90% are failing. I think it's for any business. I don't know why, but just people say it's only about startups. But you can open the restaurant, it can also fail, right? So these two things, I usually say invest if you're an angel in the industries you somehow know how it works, specifically at the beginning. If you're from agriculture, don't try to invest in logistics, let's say, or AI. Try to find someone. The third one, I think, in order to succeed, is really important to be part of the community and to be of the VC worldwide community. Since referrals, it's one of the best things happening really good and actually working really good in VC. You can actually follow some more professional angels and to be successful at the beginning, and after, when you know how to do this, you can be the successful business angel too. Yeah.
So be curious.
Risk appetite.
Risk appetite.
I would say, I mean, diversification in terms of, just to understand that it's one of the reasons of investments,
And be part of the community.
No, I can tell you more than that, but I suppose that if we talk about the beginners,
yes,
let's say, right? But again, you should be active. It's a job. What it's a real job. Of course, you can be a passive investor just to meet one or two, but again, coming back to be part of the community, to be in the ecosystem is like one of the bad things for investors to be only on inbound channel. Since from my experience, if you're only the guy who actually accepting, like someone wrote you on a messenger or somewhere on email and you meet them and you invest, and usually you make just a few meetings. I wouldn't say it's a rule, but for the most time, it's the startup who get no from others, but they are coming to you maybe like a desperate kind of thing, they can take any money.
Yes, and I think one of the most successful also startups could be with the founders who already have exited one business, yes, and these people already know how to do fundraising, and sometimes they choose the investor.
That's what I would like to reach in our ecosystem, when we usually say our market is a market of capital. And if we just talk about more developed markets like Silicon Valley, it's a market of ideas. So in our case, our startups looking for money, but you know that in Silicon Valley, investors try to reach the best founders so they will take their own money. Yeah. So I think it's just organic thing. This will happen now. Will happen soon somehow in Kazakhstan. But yeah, it's a vice versa job from both sides to choose the partner, since it's a really partnership for at least 5-7 years, at least. And that's what we usually teach in our business angel school, or what we teach in our accelerator for the founders. But I think it's coming from the experience again, just to know people, feel people. Sometimes, I meet the founder, I like the business, I ask the questions, he responds so well that I don't have any reason to say no. But I feel that there is something there that I have to check, let's say, right? Or it's not my person, my people. That's why when we invest, we try to see the team, really. Even it's in another country, we try to go there and just to look at the team and spend some time with them. Yeah, so yeah, looking for the right partner, it takes time. Yeah, it's like a sales, channel kind of. Should be some of them, to choose from.
You mean finding the right partner for the founder?
No, I'm saying we're talking about the investors,
yes,
but I mean, it's similar to find the founder or co-founder or something. But again, it's a lot of money. Even in Kazakhstan, it's a lot of money. That's what I usually say to the founders. It's a lot of capital. And don't try to take any capital, since it might lead to some problems later. It's how much equity you're ready to give away on the first round. I know, unfortunately, some cases when the founders gave up to more than 40% on the first round.
Yeah, for
next round they less than 50, and it's so obvious that you feel like it's not my business anymore. And some investors try to be so
controlling,
short-term mindset, that they expect to get whatever, some dividend or something like an exit in 2 or 3 years. It might be in 2-3 years now. I saw the numbers worldwide. Like now, it's even possible in 3-4 years you can become the unicorn, just become an IPO listed company. But I think it's all unique cases. Still, it's not a trend. And again, it's a job with a mindset. Just to explain both sides that we're in one boat now. It's much better not to expect something, but to support each other. That's what I usually say to the founders. Please. Let me know if you have problems. Don't call me when your runway only 2 or 3 months left. So for me, it's like after 3 months, it's high risk that there is no company. On the other hand, yes, if they have succeeded, they reached something, achieved something, yes, I hope that I will be the first person too. But again, what I usually say to business angels, we talk about marathon runners. Try to find the guys who actually really love what they do, and they would love to build something big. At the beginning, for the most time, you don't have answers. Where is an exit? How big the company will be? On which markets it will be the same team, and other things. But this is what I said about curiosity and risk appetite. On the other side, it's so fun to do. When you meet so many founders who are actually real marathon runners, they really would love to spend, I don't know, their what is called golden age, like from whatever 30 up to 45, 50. They really think that this is a business of their life. On the other hand, there is a lot of sprinters who would love to, I don't know, make the money and just exit.
Yes, unfortunately nowadays, I think a lot of founders concentrate a lot on raising money rather than building the business and finding the clients. And they say, oh, we raised this amount of money. I was like, okay, but how much money did you make, like through selling your product, not just raising money?
We also, as a MOST, and personally, I always in a social media I write, and again, I mean, even our accelerator is a case. When we do the program, we have like 10, 15 companies. At the end, when we work with them for 3 months, at least, closely, at the end, there are two output of what I see. Sometimes these companies are not venture stories. It's just a good business, and it's fully fine. You cannot be scalable as, I don't know, like Facebook or something like this. But which is fine. You can be a big business elephant. What I said in the previous interview here. And this is the first one. And the second one, try to raise the money at the latest as possible, just to really check what is your product and what is your business model. And again, you can lose a lot, like even equity, right? Or the condition that you're getting this equity on the early stage. Bootstrapping, bootstrap as much as you can. And after that, when you get the first traction, the valuation will be much higher. But unfortunately, people think that it's like maybe getting from different channels to them, that you should invest, you should get investments.
Yes.
And but I think it's fully fine. It's just specific to the market.
So as investor, what do you think people should pay attention to? Like that they are not raising too early, like also depending on the business, right? And I think it's very important about how good are the founders with them, like among each other, because most of the startups fail because the founders split up, right? Since we invest specifically with the first fund on the early stage, for sure we look at the numbers, but we try to find some evidence there's a product market fit. Just try to find evidence, but it shouldn't be like revenue. It can be subscription, can be some contracts, preliminary contracts and other things. But yeah, you're right that we look at the founders, and I usually ask them, what do you build? To the founder, what kind of company you build? I don't expect to hear the answer like it will be like this exactly, but I would love to hear the reasoning. And this psychological rules, 5 whys, like they do something. I don't usually ask 5 whys or something but I ask why you think so, why you think that this market will grow, why you think you should be in US, why you think that this is a problem for people and other things. So you'd love to hear the reasoning, okay? And based on that, you can expect to see that you feel the matureness. I'm not saying that I expect that they have like 20 years background or something somewhere, but at least it shouldn't be like accident that they are doing this, okay? Sure.
That's why in our portfolio companies, our average age of founders up to 38 years, but in our accelerator, it's around 30, 32. So usually these people work somewhere before, they have some background, but also they have obligation, they have family, kids. So now they're relationship with the new business is different. They understand that, okay, they have to succeed. So the reasoning, this kind of a profile of the founder is really important. You know, the industry expertise, who are the co-founders, why they are together. I know that, you know, I look at many startups. I heard so many cases when we didn't invest based on, we see what are the relation between the founders too, okay? We know that they have some reason to be together, but they are not the partners, you know, okay? Again, and you can feel it, you can see it only after when you meet so many founders. I mean, for many years usually. Okay, so this is a profile of that. On the other hand, I really love real entrepreneurs. I think in many podcasts I repeat the same thing, that there's so many Wantrepreneurs who'd love to do the business, but the mindset is not there. There is not the reason that they would love to really do the business. Maybe get some investment, buy the car, do some business, but not something big, so the investor can reach what they agreed on. And you know, other guys who actually getting a lot of grants and other things, but they are not in the office on Saturday, on Sunday, or in the evening. And you know, they just do it from 9 to 6 working hours, and that's it. So it should be some reason why they do this, and the team should be kind of, you know, to be eager to do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
What if the founder comes to you and he says, "Oh, I have 4 businesses. I'm doing this and that. I have this project, that project." Would you invest?
Usually no. It's unfocused approach. That's again, for business angels, should be normal to understand. Like, and what we usually do, we give them investments in order them to focus on something as one industry, as one product, and one problem. It might be even the reason to say no if they do similar things. I fully understand that what I see, that people work somewhere and do the business in the evening, but at least we negotiate the thing that they're gonna leave everything, and focus on that. Yeah. So I don't really believe that they can be the best. Yeah. This is the thing I ask them again. Are you doing this for what? Are you doing this for becoming rich? Are you going to do this for really big unicorn? Or what? I mean, what is the reasoning? If they say, I would love to be, usually the answer is, I would love to make something big, impactful. Then I say, then just take investment. Let's say, let's go through the process, and if we agree on something, you just focus on that. And I'm going to support you through this journey, but I cannot support you in these 4 journeys. Okay.
And how long is the process, like from seeing the pitch deck through investing in the company?
We usually close up to 1 deal per month. Some people say it's pretty fast. Some people, even I got a comment from my colleagues from the VC industry. But in our case, we, as a MOST ecosystem, we get more than 600 applications per year. So something comes to our accelerator. This is one usually stage. Other comes to our MOST club. Something to the fund and something to the hubs. So we combine this in one database, and based on what the expectation of the startups, what are the need, we understand where to guide them. Maybe they need no investment, but education. So they go to accelerator and other things. But we usually close up to 10 deals per year. So it's like one deal, in 1 month, 1.5 months. But when the startup comes to us, due diligence might take some time. Like, it depends on the startup. Like, we have cases with a deep tech cases, and I cannot just say that I can figure out what is there in 1 week. No way. We even try to connect our founder to talk to our network of experts. We have, like, if we go into oil tech, I will connect him to my friends and partners from this industry, just to comprehend the subject, But in general, again, through this risk committee, investment committee things, it might take up to 1 month, 1.5 months. I think it's pretty quick. We even close the deals less than this. But you know why out of these 25 plus companies that we have now in our portfolio, I mean, as investors, I would say 90% of the founders I know for quite some time. They built previous other businesses before, or I know them like based on what they did before, when other jobs and other things, or they were just our resident of the hub, and I got these small talks for many years with them. So I know that this person is persistent. He tries to really find the right model. So it may decrease the time of our investment.
Okay. How can founders reach out to you to get some?
We're pretty open, and we try to actually build such a model when the deals come to us through the website. So people read it first, who we are. So maybe at some point they will decide not to send the application.
So is there like a form?
Yeah, it's MOST Ventures that VC. It's
yeah, we can leave it.
MOST Fund that VC.
Yeah, we can leave it. Link,
it will be another website for our second fund, but still, you can reach from through the website. You can reach through actually social media. I really respond to people. Maybe I cannot respond right away, but I really respond.
This is true. This is how I reached out to you.
Yeah, I mean,
yes,
it takes some time since so many messages come in. I didn't expect that it will be a lot of, like almost any day, like 2 or 3 at least pitches coming through Instagram. I don't know.
I
LinkedIn.
Imagine. My LinkedIn is like full of messages.
Yeah. It's like an evening hobby to sit and respond. So yeah, different channels. We also actually organize. I will take this chance to share that every year we organize Central Eurasia Venture Forum. It's one of the biggest regional investors events. It's more than 1,500 people usually. That's what we end up this year. And most of the audience actually investors, VC funds, angels, of course startups are around. And we do such events. I mean, this is the biggest one, but we do in our location, online, offline too, almost 10, 15 events per month. So I try to be there too. So you can even catch me over there and just pitch the idea. And again, referrals. I really love when it comes from another investor. So if you'd love to pitch us, you'd love to connect so we can be your investor, just try to find out who is our co-investor, who is our partner, just go from there. I really like it.
Okay. So a couple of personal questions. What is your biggest fear in life? Does it have to be investments related?
I really would love to see how my children will grow up, and they will, I don't know, whatever, older than how much, like 50 plus 60, I don't know. I would love to see as much as I can just to be with them in their journey. So one of the fears that I sometimes have, I think it's maybe for any parent, like to be there. But anyway, it might be personal, but my investors' fear is to miss some opportunity, to miss some founder who actually pitched me. And after that, he became someone like a big student. But I think it's, again, normal. I already get some such cases, which is fine. But maybe these two.
Okay. What motivates you the most in life?
You know, I'm really a family-oriented guy, actually. I would say it's, again, maybe obvious. My family motivates me, my parents. It's always try to, I was kind of recently thinking I would love to make some kind of a basic stuff so my kids would love to, the role model, so of me and my wife, and actually as a family, just to somehow succeed more than in many aspects, and not just material aspects, but other things. I actually try to teach kids that they have to find something that they love. So what I usually say in many podcasts, I don't work actually. I love what I do. So this is the case. So my passion is actually, and what is my motivation? Family, and actually, simply speaking, it's my job that what I do. I know even what I'm going to do in the next 10 years, and it does not feel me uncomfortable. Okay, I know that in VC, and that's what I usually say to venture investors, if you'd like to have this high interest in your life, like going to meet some people and do investments and other things, the VC the right thing. So
Okay.
I don't know, maybe what motivates me, yeah, I think maybe this too.
Okay. And would you recommend some books to read, like that changed your life completely?
Sometimes I say I like and dislike this question, but I think on a specific period of time, you just read something and it helps you to reach something big specifically. And that's what I usually recommend. Just read not what other people read, but read what actually helps you to, I don't know, solve some problems today in terms of your psychology state, I don't know, health and stuff. But since we're talking about investments, I would love to recommend actually to read our book that we wrote with our partners.
Oh, really?
It's in Russian still now, but it will be in English and in Kazakh soon. And it will be available on Amazon. Hopefully, we are working on it, and other bookstores. It's called How to Run the Unicorn.
Oh, great.
Actually, we decided to write this book since we wanted to understand where Kazakhstan is on technology map. But it will be maybe not so fair just to say what we think as a partners. And actually, I'm so grateful to my friend. It's a famous politologist, Dostum Satpayev from Kazakhstan. He actually shared this idea that let's guys write the book where we can see where we should go. So we don't follow as a country and as a region, but we produce something for the world in IT. And we said, okay, let's get the opinions of 50 plus people. And actually you can read it in the book, and I'm going to share it with you for sure. That basically you can understand how people from the region think, what should we do? And now actually we are writing another book called, Dostum Satpayev is also initiator. It's 20 questions about future. Maybe it will be more than 20, it depends on the authors, but we still, try to share what we have here as a good side of, talents, investments and infrastructure, but on the other side, where should it go? This is one. Another one is called, it's a direct translation, it's kind of Easy Venture, wrote by Igor Rabinki. He's one of the successful venture investors. He lives in US for many years. He has his own club, his own fund. It's one of the easiest to read book that I saw before. So if you'd like to, and actually it's in English too. English and Russian version is, maybe in Russian speaking countries more widespread, but the whole idea, just to read this. I don't know, maybe I really like the book of Richard Branson. I don't know what is in English. Just do it, something like this, what is Nike said. I think this is the great example of the guy who dyslexia thing, but still he's taking the maximum out of his life. It's not a book about the venture investor, since we know that he has Virgin Empire. It's a lot of businesses there, but he's kind of, I wouldn't say old guy, but he's in older age now, but still he's doing a lot of things. And I think this is the great kind of profile of person that you can reach a lot just by loving the life. And I usually say even to the founder, just read it. So this is how you would love, you have to love your job, let's say, the thing that you do.
Thank you. Yes. And could you please give the audience some of the tips for financial well-being in general?
I don't know. It depends on again, what you'd love to reach. Not everyone should be the millionaire. I know so many people who have, it's obvious, who have a lot of money, but they're not happy. On the other hand, people think that money will lead them to the happiness. Actually not. I usually say, in order to maybe feel safe in terms of finance, maybe just to understand which amount somehow you'd love to reach. And this is, I think, the mechanic that you usually use in any sphere of your life, like set the goal And after that, just go from the goal, how you can reach it. Let's say you would love to get 50 million on your account in 5 years, 10 years or something. And after that, just build a plan. And again, I think diversification, this is the thing. I, again, never say that it should be VC as it is, but actually venture capital, venture investment can lead you to get millions and millions of dollars if you do it in the right way. Not just accidentally, but, you know, like we explained, I mean, before. But again, in terms of your risk appetite, just understand what is your goal, what is your risk appetite, and just go from there and feel comfortable with this. And that's what, you know, sometimes I usually say, don't go into IT anymore as of now, since I think you feel comfortable and more happy in other things. But I think, again, about open-mindedness, crypto, you know, other things are happening now. And I think at least observe, monitor what's happening, talk to people, and yeah, and I think right people come at the right time. So I know that you do the consultancy and management of this, so just contact people like you and just talk to them, and after that just build your strategy. And I think you can, yeah, not easily, but you can reach your goals.
Thank you. Amazing. So we try to go deep in terms of investments, angel investing, and the startup ecosystem. Thank you so much for being here. We'll leave all the links underneath the video and the podcast. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.